Hey everyone, welcome to our second podcast this year. Today's podcast is going to be slightly different because I just got back from the Palm Springs Film Festival and I thought it would be fun to talk about it because some of you maybe have never gone and you've always wanted to, like myself, and you might find it interesting. There's some interesting history to it. I think I might have caught a little cold there too, so excuse me if my nose sounds a little stuffed. But so I've always heard about the Palm Springs Film Festival and how special it was. It's kind of like the precursor to the Academy Awards. Like a lot of the people that win at the Academy Awards have also won at the Palm Springs Film Festival. And it kind of kicks off that season. So I'm involved with a couple of projects that I'm hoping at least one will get submitted to the Palm Springs Film Festival. That would be neat. So anyway, on my trip, I had a wonderful time, and the weather was nice. A lot of celebrities and just, regular folks go there for the winter, so it's considered the high season. So after doing a little research, I found out that the Palm Springs Film Festival was started by Sonny Bono. Yes, well, that was his vision. And he's the one that really, kept it going, and with the help of a lot of other people. And he was the mayor from 1998 to about 1992. And I made some notes here. It actually started in 1990, the Palm Springs Film Festival. And it was a huge success. Sonny Bono, yes, that Sonny Bono, who was of Sonny and Cher fame, who actually started as I believe, songwriter, and then became a record producer, and then television producer with the Sonny and Cher show. He and Cher had an act together, which was quite successful. After he got out of show business, he decided to run for the mayor of Palm Springs. So he began this whole political career as of about 1988. In any case, he had this idea that Palm Springs, playground to the stars, it would give it a boost to have a film festival there, and he just thought it would be a great idea, and he was right. Cher always says that Sonny's ideas were really good ones. He had really good instincts, and that's why he was so successful.
Candid with Kimbra.
How you doing?
Candid with Kimbra.
Telling ya.
Candid with
I'm really excited for you to check out this interview.
Candid with Kimbra.
I mentioned Sonny Bono did start, or his ideas were the beginning of the Palm Springs Film Festival. He's got his own star there. But one of our previous podcast guests, Frank Ferrante, had one too. Check out this picture. Frank does a really cool tribute to Groucho Marx, and very talented. So, lots of stars. There's a little mini star walkway, like in Hollywood, the Walk of Fame, similar, but different kinds of stars that you might not see in Hollywood. So I found some really good deals along that little, Palm Canyon Drive, or gosh, that's the main road where you check in for the film festival, and there's a statue of Sonny Bono in the front. And it's got all these great restaurants there and nice clothes, not just good deals. They're nice. And they have, really fun shops. And I really enjoyed doing a little shopping while I was there. The Parker Hotel is beautiful. They have the after party there, which I attended as well. And I'll be showing some footage from that, as you can see. And the actual awards ceremony was really great. And I made a little list here of all the people that won so I wouldn't forget, right? So Timothy Chalamet, he won for his unhinged and brilliant portrayal of a ping pong hustler in Marty Supreme. The Desert Palm achievement was Leonardo DiCaprio for his emotionally charged lead role in Paul Thomas Anderson's One Battle After Another. Now, the Chairman's Award went to Adam Sandler for his dramatic turn in the Netflix original Jay Kelly, which I happen to have seen, and I agree. Adam Sandler was really great. And excuse me, I think I'm fighting this cold again, so it's just my voice might crack. But Adam Sandler was really great. And if I ran into him, I was going to tell him how much I had enjoyed his performance in this movie, and also this dramatic movie he did called Uncut Gems, which was a really, kind of a hard film. And I heard him say in a podcast that it was a really hard role for him to do because he was such a bad guy. And he's a really good dramatic actor. I mean, I really think, and he's probably going to do more films that show that side of him, but, it takes a while for those kind of roles to come around, especially if you're known for being a comedian, right? Okay, so the one movie that I actually did see at the Palm Springs Film Festival was Song Sung Blue. And I've been telling everybody about this movie because, I got to say, when I first saw the trailer for it, I thought it was a movie about Neil Diamond, just about his life. I thought that Hugh Jackman played Neil Diamond or something like that. But it's actually about a tribute band that, a tribute band to Neil Diamond. But it's not even really a real tribute band because they incorporated the Kate Hudson's character, where she's kind of in the band too, and she sings a lot of harmony and keyboards. So I don't think in Neil Diamond's real group that he had a musician like that, but I'm not really quite sure about that, to be honest with you. In any case, I thought it was about, Neil Diamond, which I thought, okay, it's about Neil Diamond. But then when I found out it was about a tribute band, I thought that was kind of interesting because I have a lot of friends that are in tribute bands. So, and I got to say, Kate Hudson's performance in this movie was so good. I mean, not only does she sing, which she sings really well, but, she gained a little weight, which is always the thing that, they get chubby, they distort their appearance in some way, and then that's sure Oscar, buzz. But in this movie, she made herself look, a little more frumpy, because the kind of clothes that they wore, where she's from. I think it was supposed to be in Minneapolis, but I'm not quite sure. I don't remember, but it was somewhere where it's cold. So she was, the styles were a little bit more frumpy. And there was an exciting scene, which really surprised me, which was when they opened for Pearl Jam, which I guess is based on a true story because I'm a big Pearl Jam fan. And that band that they, the Neil Diamond tribute band, actually opened for Pearl Jam in the movie, and it really happened in real life. So it's loosely based, right? But they go through a lot of things, which I won't tell you about, which really make it what a dramatic life this couple had, right? Anyway, Kate Hudson was really good in it, and I've been telling everybody and their brother to go see the movie. So I'm telling you guys, go see Song Sung Blue. And she actually won the Icon Award at the Palm Springs Film Festival. It says here, for her powerful vocal and dramatic work in the tribute band biopic, Song Sung Blue. So the other movie that got a lot of buzz that I didn't get a chance to see was with Ethan Hawke, and it's called Blue Moon. So Ethan Hawke played Lorenz Hart of Rodgers and Hart, the songwriting duo. And supposedly he's really amazing in this. And I actually got to tell him at the Palm Springs Film Festival at the party afterwards what I was really, congratulations, basically, because I heard him on a podcast with, was it Joe Rogan? Yeah, where I just find him to be very articulate, and he knows how to really dive deep into critiques without being hurtful. And I don't know, I just found him very, a lot more intelligent than I thought he was, because, he's just this great actor. And I've loved him always in everything I've ever seen him in. And he seems very deep and profound. And I'm really happy for him to have all this success, because this is really getting a lot of, Oscar buzz. So we'll see if he gets nominated for Oscar.
Something about a word like this that makes me incredibly reflective. People who actually made this career. I am a consistent element, yes, but there are so many people sewn into the fabric. I never did anything alone. I remember being 13. I was staying at a Radisson hotel up by San Francisco, watching out my window as a 14-year-old River Phoenix walked back and forth across the parking lot. And I went to
Okay, so then the International Star Award went to the cast of Sentimental Value, which stars a few other European actors, and Elle Fanning, and then Stellan Skarsgård, which I saw him at the party too. So he seems like a really humble guy, and I was happy for him. The Visionary Award went to, I hope I'm saying his name right, Guillermo del Toro, and the lead cast of Frankenstein, which was Oscar Isaac, Jacob Elordi, and Mia Goth, which I have some footage from the little clip of his acceptance speech.
She won't do anything unless he's approved, and working with someone like that is a gift. So thank you, Palm Springs, for having us. Thank you for watching this movie.
And those were like a lot of the highlights from the Palm Springs Film Festival. Okay, so we've talked about the history of the Palm Springs Film Festival, how it came about, and this year, 2026. And also, there's one other thing I wanted to talk about, which is the Parker Hotel. The Parker Hotel is this really, really, really fun hotel, and it's just super cool. You know, I met some really lovely people there that are acting and producing, and they stay there a lot. And they said, you've got to stay here. It's like really, really great. And there was like these little, you know, I don't know if they're cabanas, but you go outside the main part of the hotel, and there's these other rooms in the back, and it's kind of funny. So when I was going to the party that where all the, you know, nominees and winners were, I got kind of bundled in with this other group that was going to another party, and I kind of got smushed in with this other party that was going to, you know, a big suite in the back in one of these like separate bungalows, and it was just like somebody having their anniversary party or something. So I got to see this big suite, and I'm sure they were like, I'm like, what am I doing in here? But I kind of got smushed in this bubble, right? So at least I got to see, you know, a unique part of the hotel that maybe people don't get to go to often. It was like this big, big party, and it's kind of like a huge suite, you know? So then I go back to the party, and everybody's dancing and stuff. And then the next day, I went to the Variety bruncheon, which that was really cool too. And, you know, I met some interesting people there, and I didn't really see anybody that I knew, but I did meet some new people, new friends, right? But anyway, getting back to the party, the after party, it was, you know, just so much fun. And of course, you know, they spared no expense at the Parker Hotel because, you know, there's beautiful desserts everywhere, and all these drinks, and just everybody was so nice. I kept thinking, is everybody in Palm Springs this nice? Because, you know, because a lot of local people were from around there too that were at the party, right? And then the other thing that I forgot to say was that the Paul Feig was a presenter. Paul Feig, the director, and he just mentioned that he, you know, just bought a house in Palm Springs, so he was going to be their neighbor. And it's funny because I met him at a screening of one of his films, and I said, I want to get you on the podcast, and then I didn't follow up, but I'm going to try to do that. But he's done a lot of, you know, career. He's got a huge career, like mostly comedies, you know, but look him up, Paul Feig, Feig. Anyway, so getting back to the Palm Springs Film Festival, I would say that all the hype is, you know, valid. So I've been to a lot of film festivals, and I've been to, the Sundance Film Festival. I was involved with a music project there that was in, you know, some of the films at the Sundance Film Festival. So I went like 2 years in a row, and that one is so much fun. It's because you're in, you know, Park City, and there's a lot of skiing involved, if you like to ski. But the whole thing is just like getting up early for movies, and you see these amazing, amazing films. And you go to all these really great after parties, like you get to dress in like warm, you know, winter clothes. And it's just a little bit more homespun because, you know, you're all bundled up. But that was definitely an amazing film festival. And I've been to the Cannes Film Festival. I went one year because the sponsors, Kodak, invited me, and that one was just beautiful. I mean, it's in the south of France, so it's just like glamour city, right? I'd say that's probably the most beautiful film festival is the Cannes Film Festival. But then I've been to like a million little ones, like for films that I've been involved with, little, Hollywood ones, just all over. There's the Newport Beach Film Festival. There's one in Burbank. I've been to a lot of smaller film festivals, and those are a lot of fun too. But amongst those, I would say Palm Springs is definitely the creme de la creme because, like I said, people a lot of people say that it's the precursor to, the Academy Awards. So if you won at the Palm Springs Film Festival, most likely you will be nominated at the Academy Awards. So that's why it's always good. And it kicks off the award season. But I loved it because I did some shopping and met friends. And it's a really local. It's like to LA. It's only like 2.5, about 2 hours I think it took to get there. But now I got to reserve at the Parker because, oh, by the way, when I was at the party, the after party, it was like he's like the maitre d' of the hotel, and he was showing me. He grabbed me when I was walking out. I was like, I want to show you something. So he opened the doors and showed me this beautiful restaurant that's to the side. And then he took me to this little private room because I thought, oh, it would be nice to have like a party here sometime. And he said, yeah, there's a beautiful room in the back that used to be like a speakeasy. So I thought, well, that's interesting. So he showed me this little room, and then he showed me the door with the little speakeasy thing on the, at the top. Who is it? That kind of thing. And I wish I remembered his name. He was so nice. But he gave me a little tour, and it was just, it's like one of my favorite hotels now. I've got to stay there. And it's kind of got this upscale, kind of hippie chic vibe. In any case, I hope you enjoyed this little interesting, albeit short, podcast about the Palm Springs Film Festival and all the winners. And it's definitely something that I'm glad I went to. And I will see you soon on the next Candid with Kimbra. Bye for now.
Candid.